Hello there, and welcome back to the seventh episode of Office 2.0, the future of work. So it's been very exciting for me to be doing this series every Friday evening at 4 p.m. And today, and in the past, we have interviewed a different set of people, right? We've interviewed uh, Nisha from C2X, who was in the training space, Raghotam, who was the facility head at Lowe's. Then we interviewed Jayant, who was a telecom and startup consultant, and it was Vishwa, who was the VP of a leading facility management association. Then there was Vilas, who was the director at IMTMA, and last week we had Naveen Lakur, who's again a very popular trainer. And Naveen spoke about Office 3.0, right? About the concept of having something in between office and work, which would probably be something like a co-working space. So it's been really, really insightful, and I've had a great time doing these series. So just to give you an introduction about myself, I'm Shrikant Acharya, the CEO at thehomeoffice.in, which is one place you can go to for everything that you need to work from home. So today I have a very, very interesting person with me. We have Jyotish, who is currently the facility manager and the head of real estate facilities and administration at redbus.in. So Jyotish comes from a very, very interesting industry. So I'll tell you why I find Jyotish very interesting. He's a part of a company which has IT employees, which has customer support, as well as has a lot of on-field stuff. So today is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. Before I bring Jyotish on, Jyotish has about 10 plus years of experience in facility management. He was working with Uninor, a telecom company, back in 2009. Then he was working with Fidelity, and after that with Johnson Controls, and then CBRE. And now for the last 4 years, 4.5 years, he's been with Redbus. He's a certified facility management professional, and a very hands-on person. I've had the opportunity to work with Jyotish with Redbus for a long time now, and is very hands-on, very grounded, and comes with a ton of experience. So super thrilled to be introducing everyone here to Jyotish. Jyotish, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking time off.
Thank you so much, Shrikant, first of all, for inviting me to such a unique kind of a discussion. And this first of a kind where I've seen a one-on-one interaction about the current scenarios or the current affairs. And I think I'm excited to be talking to you over the next half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Thank you for a wonderful introduction.
Thank you so much. So let me start off with the first question. What do you believe is the future of work?
Interesting question, and it's apt at the right scenario, at the present scenario. See, it's a big question mark in various minds, many of our minds also right now. The way COVID has hit us globally, and the way we are struggling, the entire globe is struggling to find out a solution or a vaccine to basically kind of arrest this spread.
Yeah.
Until then, we don't have a firm answer that when is this going to end? Will we be back to the normalcy any sooner later? But having said that, adaptability is one key factor that we all are now trying to or striving to achieve. Adapt to new normal way of working. I'll come to your question, but I'll just go in a phase-wise manner on how it is going to be in the future. So, as far as my experience is concerned in the last couple of months, this is going to be more of a hybrid model where most of the IT companies whose workforce are larger into software development and software support teams, they will more or less go on a hybrid model of 60-40 or 70-30 of work from office and work from home model. That's something that already the facility leaders are also planning in their real estate master plans, in their future redesigning of the workplace, etc., strategies, etc. Having said that, as you said, various different companies have a different model, right? In fact, manufacturing has a different kind of a strategy. ITES has a different strategy. E-commerce companies, startups have a different strategy. So as you said, in Redbus also we have a blend of different teams. not necessarily that we can also survive or we can also continue to operate in this model where we can have a larger workforce working from home. It's not possible because apart from the developers or the tech team or the software team, we have business development team, we have customer relationship management team, CRM team, call centers who handle the call center operations. They are very critical to us because even in this time when the demand of travel is less, we are still getting a plethora of calls from customers to know when to travel, to know when they can start booking, when the bus or the buses will start moving. So we don't have an answer. I mean, the CRM agents I'm really proud of and really hats off to them the way they are answering right now to the customers, because it's a vague answer that they have to give. Because we're also not sure when it is going to open, right?
Right.
So it's a different scenario. And to be honest, future of work is still...
And Redbus is about travel, right? So you cannot travel from home for sure.
Exactly. You're right. And we are actually the worst hit, I would say. The travel and tourism sector, the hospitality, travel and tourism combined are the worst hit in this pandemic. I'm not saying others are not hit, but in comparison to others, we are worst hit.
Correct.
The aim of social distancing or the physical distancing goes for a toss if our industry goes to operate.
Correct.
Right. And so future of workplace is going to be a bit challenging, but yet it will be welcoming, it will be overwhelming also. I'll come to that in detail, how we are planning or how I am perceiving the future.
Right.
There are a couple of points I have noted it down. Maybe I'll take it through in the
Sure. So I think that's a very interesting way to start off this interview. You brought it into perspective. So let's address one segment at a time, right? So tell us about what you're doing at Redbus with respect to managing work from home for your IT professionals and for the kind of people who can kind of manage to work from home as long as they have a network. What are you doing to be able to help the customer support team to be able to work from home? And I'm sure the on-field staff must be having a totally different challenge altogether, right? So tell us a little bit about each of these sectors, please.
Yeah, it has been a roller coaster ride for us as well as the IT team. The last from the end of March, from the first lockdown announcement by our Prime Minister. Right. From then even till now, I would say we were doing a lot of combination activities to enable the business to run, to support the business basically. So as far as techies are concerned, they are already equipped with the necessary infrastructure to support from home because they have been doing work from home even in the past, before pre-COVID era. What we are trying to say now. Right. So they are already equipped with the necessary infrastructure. Now coming to the challenge of managing call center operations through home is actually a big task. Right. And thanks to the fraternity members and other company leaders who have been managing a similar segment of BPO offices where people are managing, we got a lot of input from them also. And the way we have become flexible is that, see, basically the call center support needs voice calls through internet, voice over internet. They cannot use a normal SIM card calling facility. There's a proper mechanism or a regulation that government has set or Department of Telecom has given us how a CRM has to operate. And in order to abide by that, we need to have voice over internet phones for the CRM agents. And that happens through laptops or through the desktops. Right. So the challenge for us was we have never had CRM agents working from home in the past ever. The first thing for us to give was the hardware. That was the first task. So that was easy. We had to just shift the hardware from office to home. First step, checklist done. First check, it was done. The second most important aspect, which we also didn't forecast. In this today's world, I'm sure 90%, what we know is that 90% of us have internet connectivity at home. But to my surprise, or to our surprise, when we had to do a survey also, what would I say, a survey that would enable us to give a data point on how many people have internet at home, how many don't have. It was an astonishing number that we saw.
Okay.
I would say some 60% had connections, 40% don't have a connection at home. So that was it. Now, how to manage connectivity for them. And they need good internet.
They need
because
good
voice
internet.
calls
Yes.
cannot. You might have tried WhatsApp calling, right?
Correct.
Sometimes
Correct.
before internet, the call gets disconnected.
Yes.
So then we had to arrange dongles, high-speed internet dongles for them. And
Mm.
during that time, all the companies were demanding dongles. We were
Right.
running. We are having a tough time to get at least
Yeah.
one service provider to give us some dongles, but somehow we managed to do due to the healthy relationship that we had.
Right.
And I mean, I would say that right now we have almost 60 to 70% of workforce of call center operating from home, which is a big achievement for us.
It is a big achievement. Yes.
Yeah. So personally, it has given a lot of accolades to the IT team also, because day in day out they are
Yeah.
super busy with the issues that I'm not able to connect to the VPN, not able to connect to the internet,
Yeah.
etc. These problems are still on, but we are able to manage the show. Basically.
Right. Right. And how about the operators and the field staff? How are things with them?
The operators, I would short term it as BOs for the future
Okay.
discussion. So basically, BOs are also not confident to open their business. I would say
Mm.
when I say I'm telling this on behalf of one of my colleague whom I used to be. I'm in touch with him throughout the day, months. I just take his feedback from on how we are doing the business, how the buses are running right now. What is the change in the operator's mindset after COVID has hit? And
Right.
all, what I've concluded from his discussion is that BOs want to start the operations, no doubt, because they are not making money at all since last
Mm.
2-3 months.
Mm.
But now, due to the social distancing factor, the occupancy levels has gone.
Very
Already,
low. Mm.
we had a 60-70% occupancy, right? Now, to abide by the law of 50% occupancy, we are again reducing the number of people traveling in a bus. More
Mm.
fuel prices have gone
Yeah.
quite high, especially the
Yes.
diesel, which is bus's main fuel,
Correct.
right? All and even the taxes. So when you pay tax, road tax, the bus operators pay tax on a monthly basis, even if you run one
Mm.
day, 3 days.
Right.
So
Right.
all these factors come into place
Mm.
to take an amicable call.
Right.
So the field team, for the initial couple of months, we had strictly instructed them not to go, but
Mm.
the things were not moving. We tried our best to do remotely, but then team had to move to field, and then we gave
Right.
the list of precautionary measures that they are supposed to take.
Mm.
While going into the field, they are supposed to wear face shield. They are
Right.
not supposed to take any kind of eatables or tea or coffee when they meet in the operator or when they're in the market. So a lot of
Mm.
precautionary measures that we have made to them and given to them.
Right.
Kind of measure that we have to use.
Yeah. That sounds like a Herculean task, quite a Herculean task to address three different kinds of requirements, come up with the three different set of guidelines, three different kind of infrastructure and everything. It seems quite Herculean. So on that note, I actually want to share with the audience here. There's a recent news that came out that the Department of Telecom has instructed. I'm not sure whether it's instructed or allowed companies to work from home till 31st of December. That basically means that the concept of work from home is not a temporary thing. It's not a fad. It's here to stay. So I want to know from the audience here. I want you to type in the comments below, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Let me know, does that make you happy, or you're so about it, or are you sad that till 31st December you are going to be working from home? Let's relook at that poll in a few more minutes. So just type in the comments below, happy, so or sad, right? So let's see how many of them are happy to be working from home and how many of them are really sad to be doing that. All right, coming back to Jyotish, how are you liking the the work from home experience? Are you enjoying it? Do you get to spend more time, or are you working much harder? What's going on?
See, work from home works for many people who can work from home. For
Right.
me, as a facility guy,
Yeah.
it's impossible to work from home because my job is in office. My job is to
Yes.
maintain the office, right? Our team's job is to ensure that we have a wonderful working environment, the clean, hygienic, and healthy workplace. Continue doing engagement activities for the people. Our core responsibilities are missing, basically,
Yeah.
during this work
Mm.
from home. But the
Yeah.
good part is that, yes, there has been a work life balance, which has increased a lot. I mean, more towards life and less towards work, right? Because I'm in this field, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever. Then the good part, another good part is learning. Basically, now my team, we used to interact with each other uh, to do a lot of online. There are a lot of online classes or
Yeah.
training or
Yeah.
certificate which
Mm.
is happening.
Mm.
You talk about LinkedIn, you talk about any other websites which gives you certifications and all that. That's
Correct.
a wonderful area where we can spend our time and study a lot, learn a lot, so, equip ourselves for the future, basically.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And
Mm.
that's something that we as facility guys are doing right now. And honestly, I'm also studying something. If you have already browsed my LinkedIn profile, the CFM is
Yeah.
another certification that
Mm.
right now I'm pursuing. It's a much
Okay.
more competency based certification. Right now,
Okay.
I'm doing that. And my team is also doing a lot of online classes.
Right.
Apart from that, we also have this. So sometimes we have to go to offices. We have
Right.
our team of third party, the white collar staff, basically. Sorry, the
Right.
blue collar staff, the housekeeping and the security team. We have to take care of them also, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it is. I would say I would be much happier at office.
Okay. Okay. I hear that loud and clear. That's good. So tell me, I want to ask you. All the audience, I see a mixed set here, and I see some people are really upset. I'm not sure at what. But that's a mix of so and sad. I don't see anybody super happy to be working from home. So I think the
If you would
the
have asked this question in April, they would have been happy. It's
yeah.
July, Srikanth, 3 months over. Nobody would be happy. They want to go.
Nobody is nobody is happy, but we'll wait and watch things once things open back, and you are invited to come back to office. Then let's see what is the reaction, how people feel about it. So I want to ask you, I think that's something that's there on top of everybody's mind. I'm a traveler and I like to go on holidays, and I know a lot of people who just want to go out, travel, and so on, right? So
Including me.
you are the guy, including you, right? So tell us, when can we start going back to holidays?
Again, I cannot predict that, Srikanth. Very honestly, I really wish I could say some answer. I think you and me are on the same page in that aspect because uh, nothing for this year, I'm sure. I think this year is just going to go like this till we find a
Right.
vaccine or something.
Right.
Right. So I hope that the new year starts with a good node and we are able to travel from the month of Jan or Feb. Hopefully. Are you there, Shrikant? I think you're there. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
You lost.
Okay. Sorry, some technical glitch.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
telling that
So
hopefully the new year starts with a good note, positive
yeah,
note,
let's hope so.
and I'm just hoping we travel from Jan or Feb.
Right. Perfect. Fingers crossed. All right. So, people in the audience, you have any questions? I see Ashwani Kumar Gupta has a question, and I'm going to read out that question in a bit. So, anybody else has any questions, please type it out in the comments, and I'll ask that to Jyotish. So, before we get to those questions, Jyotish, how are you balancing long-term versus short-term management with respect to strategy as well as with respect to facilities and overall? How are you balancing the whole idea? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So Shrikant, in April, we thought that this might go off in a couple of months and we'll start off in mid of May,
Right.
or maybe in June latest. We might start
Right.
the office in June, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. And because we were planning that we might open the office in June, and we did all kind of short-term steps. We took all kind of short-term steps at office
Mm.
to ensure that we have a safe and safe working environment when people come
Mm.
back after the
Mm.
office. And there are a lot of measures that we have taken in our office for to make our area, office touch-free workplace. Basically, because this virus spreads from the touch
Yeah.
point, right?
Correct.
So, and I'm sure right now all the companies, almost 99.9% of the companies have implemented all these best practices that I'm going to talk about. The one is the temperature monitoring. It has become a compliance. You need to
Yeah.
literally record the
Right.
temperatures. Number two would be the touch points, like when you access or you had a punch card, punching attendance
Mm.
punching machine, right? That has changed to proximity
Mm.
areas, access cards where you need to
Mm.
go off. There have been
Okay.
features, right? And then you go to restroom, you have tabs. You make it sensor
Yeah.
tabs, and then
Mm-hmm.
the there are a lot of innovations that has come now. Foot pedal on the water dispensers, foot pedal
Right.
in the door so that you avoid pulling it from the door. So these are short steps that we took in the month of
Mm.
April so that we are ready by June to welcome the employees back to work.
Right.
Uh, those are the short steps. In the long term, when I
Right.
say term, there will be a lot of redesigning of the workplace.
Right. Okay.
Basically, right now the industry standards are that per seat, 100 square feet per seat is the standard where offices operate. Right. So, for
Mm.
example, for 30,000 square feet, there will be 300 seats.
Right.
That's what that right now we are working. I
Mm.
think it will increase now. It might go to 125 or 130 square feet per seat. So basically, in a
Right.
30,000 square feet, you
Right.
might have only 250 or 220 seats
Mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
physical distancing is, we have to take that factor into place.
Correct.
So redesigning of workplace, reinvesting on or rethinking on the real estate portfolios will be a long-term perspective, and converting the operations into a hybrid model of 70/30 work from
Right.
office model. I think that's
Mm.
going to be a long-term future, and that will
Yeah.
prevail, will be there. Even if Corona
Right.
goes, that is going to be the new future.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I think.
I agree with you. I hear completely what you're saying. So tell me about the top three challenges that employees are having as they work from home right now. What do you think are the top three challenges?
I think, as I said already, internet connectivity is one important thing.
Yeah, internet
Even in my
connectivity. I
house,
agree with you.
I face issues. There are a lot of fluctuations. Whenever there
Mm.
is heavy rain, there is a power shutdown in the ISP's office. The
Mm.
UPS is not up, so we don't get internet. So internet connectivity is a big issue. Number
Right.
two, there initially there was some government regulation related issues, but now I think, as you said, they are given as a leverage to operate till December 31st. When I
Right.
say us, I'm purely talking about call center, because call center needs a different kind of a license to operate from home.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
we are not allowed to operate from home. The Department
Mm-hmm.
of Telecom needs to give a permission to work from home. Then only we can operate from home. Otherwise, we are
Right.
not able to move it to home. So
Okay.
earlier there was a challenge, but then they also gave us a
Go
breather.
ahead on that.
We can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
then I would say collaboration is one important thing that
Yeah.
is missing.
Yeah.
When we sit in a meeting room and talk, we can show it right in the noteboard. We can talk to each other. A lot of
Yes.
effectiveness involved in a personal collaboration doesn't come, no matter how the technology is best.
Yeah.
The visual conference or the virtual conference will not yield that result that have on a personal uh, collaboration. So I think this point was given to me by not one, few of my leaders in my organization, that collaboration is something that they are missing. The whiteboard
Mm.
activity, they're not able
Yeah.
to show to some people. So I think these are the top three challenges that I would say.
Yeah, perfect. I think you said it bang on. I think it's Wi-Fi and permissions and documentation, those kind of things. And rightly said, collaborations. Earlier it was very simple, right? Just walk across the table and speak to somebody,
Or
and now
short.
you have to book. Yeah, shout out to them, right? Yeah, I've seen Redbus has a fantastic office. The entire hall is an open office kind of a concept, so you can literally stand up and speak to pretty much everybody on the floor, right? So that's great point. So now let's address some of the questions that we have. Ashwini Kumar Gupta is asking, how are you motivating your employees to come and join office? We are facing this as a major challenge.
I think that question is very tricky. That's a challenge for anyone, I guess, in facility or HR standpoint. Um, so basically, as I said, the short steps that we have taken in office was the stepping stone activity for us to show some kind of confidence to our employees that uh, you are safe to come to the office, basically.
Right. Yeah,
We did
absolutely.
all the measures. We shared a short video on what all measures we have taken, and we
Hmm.
circulated the video to all the employees. no doubt the video was viral in our organization and was highly appreciated.
Awesome.
And people send a lot of kudos to the team for taking those steps. Having said that, still there was something lacking to give confidence, because the moment of an employee doesn't start from the office reception; it starts from the house, right? From house to office, when they
Correct.
travel, when they use public transportation, they are bound to
Mm.
exposure of viruses. So for that problem, when we identified that problem, we gave a solution of corporate transportation or employee transportation for public transport users, those who don't
Mm.
have their own vehicles.
Right.
That also gave some kind of boost or confidence to them. Then we also have our own product called R-Pool, where people can pool with your own colleagues, not with
Okay.
outside, with own colleagues. Where if an employee is healthy, if I'm healthy and I have a car, I go to
Mm.
the office on my route. If any other employee is staying, I'll pull with him. I'll bring him or bring her together with me in the car and commute in that manner. So that
Right.
was another aspect. Still, there are issues we are also facing where employees are reluctant or hesitant to come. We cannot blame them. The environment is such that anybody
Yeah.
would be step out.
Correct.
But what we are doing is we are trying to do our best to ensure that employees feel safe at workplace.
Mm. Mm.
And we don't want to enforce that please come and work in the office. No,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen.
Mm.
As you said, we have an open culture. We have an openness in the environment and the office.
Mm.
We welcome employees' views also. So
Mm.
that's an amicable call taken by the HR and the leaders together.
Right.
How they want their teams to come to office or not, etc.
Right. Right. Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. I think that's bang on. You cannot really motivate employees to come, but what you can do is create an environment that they're welcome whenever it's possible, and when they cannot, try to create an environment where work can happen from wherever they are. Right. So I have an interesting question from Naila here. She asks, "What is the first place you'll be traveling to once things come back to normal?"
I want to go home, Kerala. I will drive down.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Bonnie is asking a question. She's saying, when do you think the hospitality sector will be back on track?
I'm not an expert to answer that question.
Right.
Because hospitality and tourism, as I said, are the worst hit. And
Yes.
right now, I think hospitality sector, especially the hotels, have got an opportunity right now to liaise with the government, and I think they're doing right now in Bangalore also, to give their rooms to the government for the patients or for the COVID patients and all that. I'm
Mm.
not telling that this is a business, but
Mm.
it's a survival.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in terms of tourism, that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah. 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 Okay. I have one more question from Sandhya, who asks, how does working from home affect psychological health? What can employers do to make sure that employees are staying focused, committed, and happy? Pretty deep question.
Yeah, I think Sandhya is ask. I hope Sandhya is asking from her mind and not some scripted question, because I know Sandhya. Good question. It has. It doesn't affect. I don't know how to comment it, but in my organization, I will just limit to my opinion. In Redbirds, we have a wonderful team of HR.
Yeah.
We ensure that every week there is some or the other engagement activity to ensure that
Fantastic.
people are connected still. And not only
Right.
that, every business units have their own weekly catch-ups, have their
Okay.
own Zoom conferences every week or on a bi-weekly basis, where they interact with each other on a video call.
Right.
So that gives them a continuous time of interaction,
Right.
thus staying committed and focused, basically.
Right.
Right? And coming to the psychological health factor, that is something that personally an individual will have to work upon. How
Yeah.
well you can be busy at home. As I said, I'm learning, I'm studying something. Somebody else, we also love cooking, so we can explore new dishes. So try to
Right.
develop some hobbies at home so that you make yourself busy.
Right.
And I think that's something that individually you can try to work on.
Right. Perfect. So what is that one hobby that you picked up in these last few months?
Okay, we have. I'm a hotelier. I've done hotel management, and I love cooking since my young days. So I think cooking has upgraded now, and I've started a small vlog of recipes. So that is
Okay.
something that we have started. I have started with my wife, and now right now we are busy in that also. We spend some time
Okay.
there.
So that's on YouTube, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the channel? Can we look up for and can we start subscribing to that if you're interested in cooking?
I'm interested to share. There's nothing commercial. It is not. It's not
Yeah, it's a
something.
hobby. Yes.
The name that we put is Blissful Flavors.
Blissful flavors. Okay. Hopefully you'll have a few more
Trying
followers on your channel.
nothing. No, we're not aiming at followers or something. We're trying to
Right.
showcase our way of cooking things. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's a great skill to be able to. Considering a lot of communication is going to happen through webcams and through digital interfaces like that. I think that is a very, very useful skill for people to pick up. So
Yeah.
that's what I think, right? So I want to ask you before we close this session, going forward, what are the top three skills that people should focus on building?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
What do you think are the top three skills that people should start building for a better career in the current situation?
Yeah. So upskilling is something that is very important right now. That's a need of the hour. We cannot be
Yeah.
backdated because post-COVID era is going to be very competitive. We have to be on
Mm.
top. We have to continuously uh, learn new things to be on par with the market or on par with the competition. I think I lost you, Shrikant. You there?
No, no, I'm here. Yes.
Okay. I thought sometimes I'm just the one person talking. It looks very weird. Yeah, so I think self development is one important aspect.
Yeah.
And then versatility. You'll have to be
Okay.
versatile in future. And also
Yeah.
adaptability, because that is something, one important factor um,
Right.
that you need to have. Or agility, I would say. Adaptability is
Yeah.
something that is an important factor that every one of us should have. There is going to be a lot of change in the coming days, not only in work, in your personal life, um, front also, in personal
Right.
life and professional life. So we need to adapt
Right.
to those new changes. I think that's what I
Right.
feel. I don't want to say complex things, but this is
Yeah.
what is real.
Absolutely. I think that's well said. Thank you so much, Jyotish. It was wonderful speaking to you, and I think it was very, very insightful. I liked a lot of things that you said, and I really appreciate the kind of initiatives that you've taken at Redbus, and more importantly, the effort that you've taken to communicate this, like through that video which you mentioned about, and so on. And all the best for. We really want travel sector to open up real fast because uh, everybody's holiday quota is overdue, right? So we sincerely hope Redbus gets on.
Seriously,
Yes,
seriously. I mean, we are also praying that we want to go to resorts, to beaches, to Goa,
yes,
all those
yes.
places again. We just want that days to come back. We don't
Right.
mind traffic anymore. We love
Um,
traffic.
we'll see when we get back and get stuck in traffic for a couple of hours. Then we'll see what we have to say about that.
And,
All right, then. Thank you
thank you
so
so
much
much
for your
for
time.
joining, Srikanth, and really appreciating the effort that you're taking. And I think I'm going to follow very strongly your shows the next week that you're coming up with, or maybe forever when you're continuing these episodes. This is a wonderful initiative that you've taken, and
Thank you, sir.
all the best.
Thank you so much. And thank you very much, audience, for joining, taking your time off, and wishing you a fantastic weekend ahead. Bye bye.
Bye. See you.
See you.